I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Lord von Berghoff sent me. I'm supposed to collect, a gift in return for my services.
If he sent you directly to me, you must have made quite an impression on him. In that case, I'll give you one of our best weapons. What would you choose?
I'd like to take a short sword.
A weapon fit for both a squire and a knight. Use it with discretion and honor. Having the right armor for your choice of weapon wouldn't go amiss. I don't think Lord von Berghoff will mind if I give you something extra.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
If you want to train your combat skills, I'm at your service. After all, any weapon is only as good as the man who wields it.
So, how did you end up at Trotsky?
Sir Otto hired me in Prague as his bodyguard and a swordmaster for the local castle garrison. I reckon he sensed he was in danger, and he was right. A band of scoundrels was lying in wait for us on the road, and they nearly got us.
How was your company ambushed? What happened exactly?
It was well planned, I must admit. They nearly got us.
What went wrong for them?
Hard to say. Maybe we were just lucky, and God was watching over us.
That's all there was to it?
If you really want to know what I think, the idiots lacked discipline. They rushed it.
What do you mean?
It might have come down to a single fool's mistake. I don't know. But if they'd just waited a bit longer, we wouldn't have stood a chance. Like I say, I thank the Virgin Mary and all the saints for watching over us.
Why do they call you Black Bartosz?
It's just a nickname, of course, because of my, black hair. Every swordsman has a nickname, you know? Once you win a few tournaments, they give you one.
So you're really a high-born knight?
Indeed. I'm Bartoszek of Drahonitz. My father served Emperor Charles his entire life.
Oh, sorry. I suppose I should call you Sir.
No, there's no need for formalities. Titles are worthless. A man should earn a name for himself. It's not enough to be born with a silver spoon in your mouth.
You must have been honored when the Royal Chamberlain chose you as his bodyguard. How did you meet?
That's simple. I was serving in the garrison in Prague's royal castle, where von Bergo was a frequent guest.
I see. But what brought you to his attention? You have good connections, I suppose.
Depends what you mean. I'd recently won 2 big tournaments, so I was invited to a splendid banquet. It was there Sir Otto offered me a position at his castle. I'd heard of Trotsky, of course, but I was still astonished when I saw it with my own eyes. Sir Otto spared no expense to build a truly mighty fortress.
Sorry, but we're about the same age, and I'd never have guessed you're a swordmaster.
We each have our own path, it seems. I even studied at university, while I could still afford it.
What? You're a man of letters as well?
I wouldn't go that far. I may come from a noble family, but we're not renowned or rich, and studying costs a fortune, and I didn't have one, so I had to do what I do best.
You became a mercenary.
That's right. I spent more time fighting than studying at university, and I came out of it alive, so I reckoned that's where my talent lies.
Where did you learn to fight, Bartosz?
I've dedicated the last 5 years of my life to it. I travelled a lot and was taught by several masters.
I'd like to see the world too, but I haven't even made it to Prague yet.
Well, I haven't been all that far either. But unless you learn from true masters, you'll never become a master yourself. Fortunately, these days there are plenty of swordsmen in Prague who will train you for coin.
I hope to make it to our royal city someday soon.
If you do, Go and see Master Lamprecht and give him my regards. He's a man of honor and a peerless master of the longsword.
I'd like to learn a new combat technique.
Certainly. Why not? I happen to have some time on my hands, and a good stretch would do me well. I like a longsword, but there's not much room for it in the heat of battle, where brute force will come in more handy for you. Such a hit with the pommel of a sword, handle of an axe, or edge of a shield will certainly disorient everyone. Would you like me to show you?
That sounds good. Teach me that.
All right. As I already said, often mainly brute force will help you in a fight. Attack with any short weapon a few quick times. Then, move towards the opponent and hit him in the face with the shaft. Oh, and if you have a shield, use it. That will definitely ruin your opponent's day. Now come and try it a few times. Good.
I'd like to learn a new
Why not? If you As you can probably figure, I like the longsword because it's beautiful and an absolutely nimble weapon. Our grandfathers didn't use them, but today in Prague, everyone is tripping over themselves to learn how to fight with one. I'll be happy to show you how to handle it better.
That sounds good.
As you wish. The first thing is to realize a sword has two blades, and thanks to your second hand on the hilt, you can quickly spin it around and hit your opponent's head. These are exactly the techniques that make the longsword an extremely deadly. Now come and try it a few times.
I'd like to learn it.
Why not? If you are not afraid of fistfights, I'll show you a little trick. It is actually a simple blow with the back of the hand to the opponent's neck. I was taught it by a good old Franciscan, back when I was studying. I wonder what became of him.
That sounds good.
But of course, it's kind of a useful little ruse. First, you kick your opponent between the legs and pretend you're losing your balance. But at that moment, you swing the back of your hand at his neck. It won't put a blow down, but it'll give you... Now come and try it a few times. Good.
Can we fight?
As you wish.
A practice. I'll go.
What do you...
The same as...
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Too slow!
Try attacking.
All right. Take that!
Ah! Fucking hell!
Go fuck yourself!
I reckon that's enough. Do you want anything else?
Let me catch my breath. Then
All right. Stop! I need a breather. What do you want?
let me catch my breath.
All right. That's a lot of blood.
I'd like to learn a...
Why not? I can show you how I teach the local men to fight with pikes. It's not that noble a weapon, but it's dangerously effective. One slash across the belly and you've got him where you want him. What do you say?
That sounds good. Teach me that.
Gladly. You start slicing the pike with a slow arc to yank the opponent's weapon. If you do it right, it's all over. Now come and try it a few times. All good?
I'd like to learn some.
That's no problem. I'll show you a few tricks.
If there's no other way... I see you've got a dice table here. Fancy a game?
I'd love to, but Father Nicodemus took me for everything I had. I've got nothing to wager. Oh, wait a mo. I may have something after all. The guards found something on this one thief they caught. Some sort of map. They thought it might lead to the thief's hoard. They wanted to go looking for it, but I took the map from them.
I'll gladly play for the map.
Come back when I'm at the pen. I can't play right now.
day to you, Henry.
God be with you.
I heard some interesting books from Prague have arrived at the castle. There's one I'd like to borrow. An alchemist's cookbook. A sand-coloured cover, embossed.
Yes, several rare and astonishing books have arrived from Prague. But why are you interested in an alchemy?
I've heard there are some interesting ideas in it. Every alchemist is in dogged pursuit of wisdom, especially those from Prague.
Perhaps you know more about that book than I do. Well, I'll have to disappoint you. And the one you're looking for caught his attention. He left with it before I could even discover what it's about. All I remember is the author's initials, B.B. I'm fairly benevolent when it comes to lending books, and I appreciate Nikvard, but he's had it borrowed for an excessive amount of time.
I'll have a talk with Nikvard and find out what the...
You think I haven't tried? But since you've already offered to, it seems Nikvard... I've warned him repeatedly not to carry borrowed books around with him, but to leave them in his... But Nikvard is old and stubborn, and this...
The price of such a book must be incalculable. People are...
But I digress. As I said, Nikvard is intentional. I've managed to find 3 people who've spoken to him recently. Bertha the cook, Regina the maid, and Hirsch the hand.
I reckon those aren't the only 3 people that know him.
I'm surprised that he's ever spoken to anyone. Nikvard is a loner, now that he's decided to leave his... But I'm afraid that's all I've managed to find out. Since Lord von Berkov's arrival...
I thought you had the book on you.
That's a pity. Continue investigating. I might have time for...
What kind of tasks do you do for Lord...
Rare ones, lad. His lordship spends little time at Trotsky. As the Royal Chamberlain...
What does the Royal Chamber...
I understand, lad. You're asking...
Yeah, exactly.
Sir Otto von Burgo is the Royal Chamberlain. Subcamerarius in Latin. He's one of the 9 most powerful officials in the king. He manages the royal towns and monasteries, approves...
Why does Sir Otto...
Because that's the seat of the royal court, and our lord is one of the highest royal officials. Praga caput regni, young man. Prague is the heart of the kingdom. All the political threads come together. If you want to be somebody, or to Moravia, to that...
Excuse me, but why do you...
And what else should I call a person who only looks out for any chance to bet?
But now he's fighting for a King Vent...
Jobst has changed sides so often it's impossible to keep... But, to give him credit where credit is due, Wenceslas wasn't even able to hold on to the Imperial... Yes, indeed. He might even become the Emperor...
Why doesn't Lord von Burgov free our King Wenceslas from captivity in Vienna?
It's politics, boy.
I understand. Why did they take our king captive? And why did the Czech lords let Sigismund spread all over the country like a plague?
That's complicated. Back during the reign of both kings' father, Emperor Charles, the nobles gained... And when young Wenceslas came to the throne, he didn't have enough experience or courage to stand up to them. That's why he surrounded himself with faithful lower lords and entrusted them with all the royal...
I reckon the high nobility didn't like...
You're damn right they didn't. They conspired against the king and that started a protracted war, dragging the king's cousins, Prokop, but King Wenceslas was stubborn, unyielding, and, unfortunately, also often drunk. He preferred to run away from politics to wine. It was only a matter of time before the lords conspired with his brother, the Hungarian King Sigismund. A year ago, they got together and captured Wenceslas in Prague. They secretly took the...
So von Bergov and...
Not at all. Soon they discovered they'd miscalculated, and that Sigismund wanted the whole country. I think that's why Lord von Berkhoff received your message. He's trying to find new...
Who are among Wenceslas's...
Who do you think? All the nobles in... The most powerful are Henry of Rosenberg, Henry of Hraditz, Boresh of Riesenberg.
But we serve Sahanis of Light.
Exactly. They're representatives of the lower nobility, who always stood faithfully by Wenceslas because he handed out royal positions to them.
Ah, damn.
On the contrary, boy, it's only thanks to politics that von Berghoff didn't...
I'm glad you weren't afraid to pipe up.
Well, I was afraid.
Good afternoon, sir.
I'm looking for Nickvard. The scribe told me...
Well, I'm waiting for... I brewed him another phial of medicine, but I told him to stop by for another one soon.
Did he say where he was headed?
I can't say. I promised Lord Libak his secret is safe with...
Oh, come now. Nickvard misplaced it. I need to find it.
I remember the recipes by heart.
Listen, Bertha. I truly respect your honesty. I'm in the service of a nobleman myself, and I know what's expected of us in cases like this. Whether it's Nickvard's illness or political machinations over the fate of our king, both carry equal weight when spoken about behind closed doors, I'd say. I stand by my principles in matters like that.
Lord Libak's troubles can hardly compare. It's really quite a trifle.
So you'll tell me then?
Well, it's a common potion for a bellyache. Just better tasting. It helps in that regard. Lord Libak had, well, everything came out much too quick.
Just say it.
It was in the privy down below the Crone, by the training ground. I helped him clean his hose and made him the medicine. And Lord Libak is quite... But that's why he didn't use the privy near the maids' quarters. Though it's closer to his chamber, but to the arena instead. But this time...
Is that all?
What else is there to... It happens to the best, I must say. He did look as if the fate of the entire...
I don't know if this is gonna...
Well, you...
Thanks anyway.
What a nice day.
Ave Maria.
to see you.
Greetings, Master Guard.
I hope you've... What would you like?
Crone and maiden standing behind the gate. That was in Gable's riddle.
There's that damn gravedigger.
You must be Nick Vard, eh? Poor wretch.
Another senseless death. Ugh. It's starting to stink. Lord be with you.
How many more times am I gonna have to poke around in corpses and shit for that damn Kreyzl?
Go!
Ka!
Go!
Greetings. What do you need, my friend?
Do you live here all alone? In a wilderness like this?
What wilderness? Walk a few paces and you come to a bloody grave. Oh, not really alone.
I understand.
But don't think I'm a hermit. People but greeting... It's true, I don't know. You get strange people wondering. My advice to you is to be careful. No doubt they don't think I'm...
Where exactly did you come?
In the rocks above my cottage.
So you're that...
What did you call me? Who's been telling you stories about me?
It's just that I've heard you're the best fighter.
Ah, so that's what this is about.
My name's Henry, and I know a bit about fighting myself. I reckon I've beaten every fighter in the region. So
You mean to beat me? I don't know.
I came all the way here to see you. Do I really have to try?
At least embarrassment doesn't hurt. But bruises?
I've been through a lot worse.
All right then. If it's really what you want. First of all, we'll only fight once. I don't want you begging for a... And second, the fight ends when one of us gives up. I don't...
All right.
Fine. Let's go over there. I'll tell you, men used to fight better. You're telling me you
I
beat all
feel
the fighters
quite
in the area? That was something! I really don't need this anymore. Don't be a coward and attack! Fuck you! And now you're mine! You're telling me you beat all the fighters in the area? Send my greetings to the devil! What now, fucker? Don't be a coward and attack! I really... Don't be a coward and attack... I'll tell you, men used to fight better. I'll tell you, men used to...
There. That's that.
You really gave me a licking, lad. Who'd have thought you had it in you?
You pack a hell of a punch yourself. For a herbalist, that is.
Well, now what? I'd hate to send you home empty-handed.
I didn't challenge you for money.
And I'm not offering you any. Let me clean up your wounds at least. Or I could show you how to treat them yourself. What do you say?
Actually, why not? I could stay for a little while.
That's more like it. And listen, what if that moment were to last a little longer? I have some lovely... We could chat a while. I don't get many...
Did you say mead?
Homemade, my friend. Come. Come on, have another...
Another one?
Don't be like that. You can't leave. You just puke in my flower bed and fall asleep on a...
Well, that's your fault for living in a hut in the middle of...
It has its benefits too, you know.
Aye? And what benefits?
I'm my own master here. I don't give a flying toss about what's happening somewhere.
Isn't it a bit of a lonely life?
Don't make me out to be some kind of hermit. And once in a blue moon, someone comes and challenges...
Does that happen often?
Not the fighting part. But people, if they're polite and ask nicely, times are tough.
What made you move to this lonely place?
You think someone...
Well, you just don't seem like someone who'd spend his days weed. It seems to me like you're running...
You know what, Henry? You're a sod. When I was about your age, I worked as a hired hand in Troskowitz, where this girl took a liking to me. But I wasn't interested in her, and I told her right away. But trouble still found me.
Let me guess.
Maybe, but she also might have been completely innocent, and he put two and two together.
What do you mean?
Don't worry about that.
Come on, you can...
He realized it wasn't just about his sister. I reckon he'd found it odd for a while, and Sarah just gave him a reason to confront me about it. He gathered some of his friends, and they came to explain how they treat animals like me.
But if it's true what they say about you, you beat them all up, right?
No, it's true. I'm not proud of it, but if I hadn't done it, they would have beat the life.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I reckon you're the only one around here who thinks that. The locals think the worst of me. They don't even try to hide it. But as soon as they have a cut or an itch,
And you're more than happy to help them.
it does. But at least they don't threaten to burn my hut, which makes a pleasant change.
You said you could teach me something. What was it?
Other than fighting, I'm pretty...
And you always heal them?
Always.
That sounds like it could...
But if I'm supposed to teach you something, it won't be for free.
I understand.
All right.
Quick!
Go! Whoa, whoa.
Get out of here and have a proper wash. I can hardly breathe in here.
A good day to you.
Where did you come?
I brought here some of Lord of Huckwat's men-at-arms.
Why didn't your lord...
Unfortunately, he left to take care of some, so I have to stand...
Intrigued by... Surely it's not...
Let me tell you, and what's more, believe you me, till we meet again.
Excuse me.
Praise God.
Good morning to you.
I have the book for you.
Well, I must admit, I haven't had an apprentice this handy in a long time.
I had a peek inside. The pictures are nice, but what do you want?
You'll find out soon enough. This really is something. But why is it all covered in shit, for fuck's sake?
But the essence of life from the skies didn't bother you, and now you're squeamish.
Oh, refining saltpeter. Boil wine and alum. Grind. Ah, of course, it makes sense. I'll study the rest on the way. Well, the last chapter of our story of knowledge awaits us. The grand finale.
So what now? Do you have another job for me?
Charcoal. Sulfur from Hermes Trismegistos. Saltpeter from the carcass pit. As long as Black Bertolt didn't make any mistakes in his calculations, we have everything.
What Bertolt? Oh, God damn it, Kreyzl, what's going on here? I'm tired of flying back and forth like a rag on a stick. I won't be led around by the nose. Will you finally tell me what's going on?
Believe it or not, all this secrecy had its reasons. But now I don't have to hide anything from you. It's time. We'll meet with the others in the lair, and there you'll learn the whole truth. You go ahead. I'm going to get a few things ready here.
All right, then.
Stop that whistling. You're behaving like a child. Greetings.
Good to see you, friend.
Stop that whistling.
Easy! What'll happen now?
Our last supper, with only one but very filling course, awaits us.
Kreyzl, please. For once, just once, tell me what's actually going on.
And rob myself of enjoying your blissful ignorance? Not a chance. Tell me yourself, what do you think is going to happen?
Like always. You'll send me off somewhere to...
He knows you now as well as we do, Miller.
I do tend to do that, true enough. But no, today things will be different. Bonnie will start today. At least I'll finally see if she understood my teachings. Bonnie?
First of all, I'd like to thank you on behalf of the whole gang for all the work you've done. We could never have finished the job without you. We found 2 new partners, you and Monarch here. It's good to have someone to rely on. So, it's time we started being honest with you, so you can finally learn the whole truth.
Not yet. Let's pull up that uppity bastard's leg a bit longer. That's the fun part!
One more word, Zinek, and you'll get one on the nose.
Calm down, friend. I'm just kidding. Tell him then, Bonnie.
This whole time, you've been collecting ingredients and clues for us. But, so you wouldn't go nosing around, we always told you it was for something different than it actually was.
The miller here calls it tackets.
Tactics, you idiot. And everything worked out according to plan. So today we're finally close to our great success. With the help of Hermes Trismegistos and his successors, we'll finally complete the dream of all alchemists. Our magnum opus.
Exactly, Bonnie.
Magnum opus. A great work of alchemy. You're trying to make the Philosopher's Stone.
I see you've learned something after all. But no, the Philosopher's Stone isn't our goal.
Let's see then, Henry. What is it you think we're making here?
Some kind of weapon?
Well, Henry's not too far from the truth after all, don't you think? Actually, he's pretty spot on, although weapons were our last order of business. Let's start at the beginning. My father was a miller as well, but I was never much interested in the trade. Even as a young boy, I loved running around Lower Samine and investigating everything living and dead. And I had a lot of questions about everything. Then my mother, God rest her soul, decided it'd be best for me to go to study in Prague. As soon as I grew up and gained a bit of sense, I packed my bags and left.
So you went to a university in Prague?
Why not? My father worked his arse off, and he had the coin for it. Miller. I met a lot of remarkable people at the university, and my thirst for... But in the end, it only took a year of all that pretentious, scholarly blathering and hypocritical nonsense for me to realize I wouldn't learn anything proper there. Most of the students and masters are just a bunch of dogmatic fools. They have their own truth, and those who want to know more or ask the wrong questions, as was my case.
You left your studies?
And I'm glad I did. The most important science is not subject to any religious dogma. And, of course, it's not taught at any university.
You mean alchemy?
Exactly. The art of combination and dissolution. The key to understanding the very nature of the world. There's only one queen of science. Alchemy. I returned to the mill in Lower Samine and started a new life.
New life? What do you mean?
I returned to the miller's trade. My father was old, and my mother had passed away. From then on, alchemy became my true passion. I brought a few important books from Prague. I started with the most difficult thing. I tried to create gold.
That was pretty daring of you.
As you might expect, it didn't work. But after a few... Once I tried mixing sulfur, charcoal, and saltpeter. I had a candle burning next to me. A gust of wind scattered the mixture. And all of a sudden, bang! I almost shit myself, I tell you. But then I realized I'd unwittingly created a miracle. Explosive black powder.
So I was right. You're making...
No, it's about much more than that.
I couldn't continue my experiments on my own. But Bonnie and Zinnik did a few little jobs.
So he initiated us.
But we just still didn't know how to do it right and not blow ourselves up in the process.
And we used up a huge amount of saltpeter.
By the way, the manuscript from that Hermes Trismegistos...
Only we didn't know correct proportions. I looked up a few of my former fellow students and brought it up with them. And we found out that before us, some monk had already made the discovery.
Some fella called Black Bertold. And that he even started writing a book called
Feuerwerkbuch.
We can believe our luck when we found out there's a copy of it right.
And you know the...
It's a discovery that will change history. In the right hands, it can make miracles happen. All it takes is a spark, and a storm of fire will sweep away the old world order.
And what will happen now?
As I said, We're about to have our last supper on our journey to satisfy our hunger for knowledge. A feast of smoke and fire. Black Berthold never finished his book, because he never had enough ingredients for it. But now, thanks to you, we'll see with our own eyes what a barrel of black powder can do.
Before we get started, this book, Feuerwerkbuch.
Everything you'd want to know about black powder. How to mix it in the proper ratio. How to store it. How to light it properly. And especially how to use it in warfare. Because that's the most...
What is it you're going to do with it?
During wartime, like it is now, a flammable and explosive mixture like this has more uses than you can imagine. If we had a few big barrels of the stuff, we could demolish Trotsky if we wanted to. And maybe we will.
All of us here are truly passionate about the idea of a new world.
What is it you studied of it?
I was supposed to become a preacher.
That fits.
God has a path prepared.
I was supposed to be a dyer.
I was supposed to...
And I've already told you.
Do you really need that much?
We do. Saltpeter makes up almost... Not even all the cows in the region could produce enough for us once we...
How did a scholar...
Prague is a big city, and a poor student learning to shop with 5 fingers.
I've heard enough. Now I want to see that.
Let's do it.
Indeed it is. We can get started. Long live the beautiful new world.
Looks like it ain't working.
I'd say it works just fine.
This will change history.
What? I can't hear a thing. But I'd say it works just fine.
As long as you listen to me and keep the proportions right, you won't fuck it up.
The hole's maybe 9 feet deep. No splinters, white ash.
You really led me on about the gunpowder magazine, didn't you? A golem made of dough, souls...
Not exactly. I studied the writings of Bonaventura and Dietrich von Freiberg, but they worked brilliantly.
I really thought you'd have a golem made from dough.
Ah, but...
So for the last time, Kreyzl...
I'll do what I promised. And what I'm going to gather together all the knowledge I've acquired and finish Black Berthold's book. I'll finish his opus.
Uh-huh. And what about me?
That's up to you, Henry. You're a free man. Lord Samin has no hold over you, and never did. You know, The inevitability of God's plan takes no interest in people like you and me. We'll always be little people.
That sounds somehow hopeful in a peculiar way, I'd say. Now I'm even happier about the great thing we've accomplished here.
The ideal conclusion, I'd say. Maybe it's time to carry sacks at a dip. But if you're still interested in learning a bit more, drawing from the well of alchemical knowledge...
I know where to find you.
Indeed.
Black powder? I'm not so stupid that I wouldn't realise you're not just milling wheat here.
Bollocks! But it is true. Anyways, I hope the miller gives us a bit of extra coin now things is fine.
In the worst case, you can...
But take care, friend.
Greetings to... Greetings.
I wanted to apologize for ruining your wedding.
You mean that fight? That's not worth mentioning.
Is everything all right, Agnes?
Don't worry. I'm just tired after the wedding. Farewell, my friend.
Greetings. I'm sorry.
And what do you want? I hope your blood has cooled a little since that
Lord Semine, I'd like to apologize for ruining the wedding. I'm really sorry.
You showed your true colors, Henry. You really let me down. At least you're man enough to come and apologize. Don't apologize just to me, though. Never mind that the wedding cost me a fortune, to hell with that. But you should apologize to my...
Lord Semine?
You mean Gil? You might find it. That means I can't simply lock him up. So, I took...
Was that right?
No.
How?
It looks like we didn't... So his... Till we meet again.
How can I help you?
Excuse me.
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
Praise the Lord.
What's that noise?
What are you doing? Don't...
Good to see you.
I heard she was sick. I just wanted to know if she's feeling better.
It was nothing. Just a slight cold.
I'm sorry.
The Lord be with you. Looks like... What is it, you scoundrel?
My body is in need of rest and relax.
Certainly. My baths are at your service.
I'd like to get to know one of your pretty bathmates.
Excellent. Pay up, and we can get started.
Let's talk about the price.
Certainly. No problem. Excellent. You'll find exactly what you're looking for in my baths. That second round was on the house. See you next time, handsome. I apologize. What can I do? And
I need a hot bath and my clothing cleaned.
great, but
I'll gladly pay you.
Wonderful. The water is nearly cold, but I think we got you all cleaned up.
Bless.
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time. What do you want?
My body is in need of rest and relaxation.
And what are you...
I need a hot bath and my clothing cleaned.
Excellent. Pay up, and we can get started.
Let's talk about the price.
Certainly. No problem. You certainly won't regret it. My baths are first class. I hope you enjoyed your stay. You're always welcome here.
come just at the right time.
It looks like we'll eat and drink our fill before going into battle, eh?
It'll be mostly a lot of pointless small talk, if you ask me.
You're not looking forward to the feast?
I'm fed up with this waiting. I'd rather set out right now and wring fuckers' necks one by one. And above all, I want to put that lying fraud from Nebakov in irons.
That makes two of us. We'll get him. Don't worry. I'm sure Von Burgov has good reasons for caution.
I hope so. And I'd rather get this messenger business off my back too.
Well, get back to enjoying life without the tiresome duties of a nobleman.
You bet. We'll live it up when we get back home. But now, let's go and hear what Sir Otto has to say to us.
I'm hoping for some good drink and crispy roast meat while we listen.
Let's go then, before there's nothing but bones and empty pitchers left.
Lord Capon and his page. At last.
Good evening, friends. Join us, please, and sample what our kitchen has to offer. Wench! Pour Lord Capon some wine.
We have excellent Hungarian wine, sir.
Thank you. I won't say no. I'll be glad to drink to our upcoming victory over that rabble from Nebakov. And perhaps to an alliance against other such saboteurs throughout the kingdom of Bohemia?
Well said. What do you say to that, Ulrich?
It is certainly gratifying to hear a young lord expressing such concern.
True. It is admirable that you are determined not to betray your Uncle Hanush's trust. Our agreement stands, of course. But I'd like to remind all of you here that politics is mainly about making the right compromises, not hasty decisions.
Politics is truly complicated, sir. But every good servant's priority should be his master's well-being. And the master we'll serve is King Wenceslas.
Well said. It seems Hanush and Rezig have an eye for capable and eloquent servants. As soon as we are finished with that rebel, I shall write a reply to your letter. But now to the business at hand, my friends. We discussed this long and hard, but we came to the conclusion that the best thing would be to catch them by surprise. And for that reason, we will set out for Nebakov at the crack of dawn tomorrow.
And we will string up the insolent bastard who commands the bandits from the nearest tree.
More wine, Lord Chamberlain?
No, thank you. The Lord Chamberlain needs a clear head.
What? Sorry, sir. But did you say we'll be under Ulrich's command?
Who else? My captain is injured, and I am expecting an important visit.
Aha. And may I know what the Lord Chamberlain...
Of course you may. It's nothing. We'll pass through the Trotsky Gorge early in the morning and reach the fortress unobserved. A quick charge will get us over the palisade and we'll catch that rabble by surprise. They won't know what hit them. Ha ha!
I'm sorry, sir. But isn't that kind of frontal assault needlessly risky?
Risky? Peasants with pitchforks could handle that rabble.
Well, that wouldn't be my plan.
Sorry, sir, but I think my lord here has more experience of soldiering than your chamberlain. He fought with valor during the conquest of Pribyslavitz and the siege of Talmberg, and I think he'd be more useful.
I have no doubt Lord Capon is very experienced for someone his age. You're not offended, I hope.
Perish the thought.
It's thanks to the Lord Chamberlain that this castle is standing. I have...
My friend, send your servant to the smithy for armor and to see...
Catherine, sir.
To see Catherine for wine for the journey. We'll move out. Be so kind and get me another pitcher of the Hungarian wine, will you?
As you wish. Just a moment, Lord Chamberlain.
I promise, sir, that this will be my last wine to... The next wine I drink will be to celebrate our victory.
Your health, then, gentlemen. Eat, drink, and be merry. But don't overdo it. Tomorrow, I expect...
Ah, junger Mann, komm her!
What's the discussion about, gentlemen?
We're just talking about the
Apparently, it was the same man who attacked your...
Aye, no doubt about it.
Who got the better of you twice, eh?
Zweimal?
That's right. They say that but in fact it was none other than the lead.
Dann ist es ja... He's afraid we'll make fun of...
I'm sorry, sir, but Lord Cape...
Watch your tongue. You don't want Henry to take offense.
Ja, du hast recht. But if you'd... That strikes me... Wie war das?
I understand. Let's play then. But I'm warning you, you'll lose your shirt.
We'll see.
Auf geht's. I'm very curious about you.
That's what I'm talking about, damn it. That's how you have to play.
Mein Gott, warum?
That was a good game.
Aye.
Lady Fortune gives and takes by turns. A few groschen, one...
But you're still in debt to me, though.
Well, that's true. No offense, friend.
Good day to you.
Excuse me, have you seen Kath?
What do you want her for?
I'm supposed to get some wine from her for Laura...
For that handsome young man?
Well, the thing is...
Forget it. God knows where that cow's got to again. But don't worry. I'd just like to ask if you could open... The lock got stuck again.
Sure.
Thanks. Farewell.
I've opened the spice chest.
Really? I won't bother locking it again from now on. Here's some Hungarian wine. May the Holy Virgin... Take care, have a nice evening.
What would you like, friend?
I'm supposed to collect armor.
Oh, but that horse has already bolted.
What?
Lots of other knights were here. You should have come earlier.
But Chamberlain Ulrich himself said...
I'll be happy to give you what's left. I reckon you'll have to do the mending and sharpening.
Look, I don't want to quarrel, and that's all right. Because my lord may be a bit of a twit, but he's a... If he likes what you give him, you'll get another order. So...
Oh, right. Oh, that's a different matter. I see you know. I'll give you the best I have left, although I'm almost clear. Here you are.
See now? Sacra. If you want something done, you have to do it yourself.
All right? Done.
God be with you. Keep the peace.
What's wrong, Henry? Am I invisible?
What is it? I thought a good old feast.
You call this nothing but puffed up peacocks sucking up to each other, pretending they don't... And the Chamberlain.
Ah, sod the Chamberlain.
And how many battles has he...
You heard Lord von Burgov?
Ulrich is a master of the quill.
You're welcome.
When push comes to shove.
I understand. That band of cutthroats killed our men.
Oh, maybe. But don't you forget to stop by. If you want my advice...
Don't worry.
All right.
I've heard a lot about you, youngster.
I'd like to have a bit of discourse with you.
I'm sorry. I don't know your name, my lady.
This is Johanka of Zhernov, Henry.
Pleased to meet you.
I know who you are. My companions here talked about you. And the stories were somewhat madcap, if you don't mind me saying so.
Nothing more than a couple of silly misunderstandings.
The pond, the stocks, and the gallows. Quite a nice series of misunderstandings, if you ask me.
Your life was on the line more than once, young man.
You're right, Father. And not just my life, Lord Capon's as well.
Well, that sounds interesting. Won't you tell me about it? I'd love to hear about adventures right from their hero himself.
I'll be glad to tell you my story. Where to begin?
The best place to begin is at the beginning, isn't it?
You're right, of course. That would be best. Our friend Margrave Jobst would like to end this absurd war. It's a long way from our home in Rattay, so we made camp by a pond to bathe a bit before presenting our... We didn't have time for that, because a band of... They killed without mercy. And our men had no chance. We had no choice but to jump into the water and swim for our lives. I still don't know how I didn't drown. I can't swim, you see.
Truly divine intervention, my son. God clearly wanted you to be saved.
Truly shocking and terrifying. Tell me, what awful thing happened next?
What can I say? Nothing much apart from the fact they almost stuck me like a pig.
No doubt, but that's just what
We were saved by a good-hearted old woman. But later we got involved... Well, the brawl was started by my Lord Capon, actually. Manual labour would have been too humiliating for him, you see. Even more humiliating than having the local guard pour, slops over us. It was...
No.
But it's true. Everyone thought we were stinking vagabonds.
Bailiff Thrush put them in the stocks.
Yeah, like I said, they took us for ragamuffins.
Fair enough. But out with it now. Why did they punish?
Well, it was nothing, really. But the bailiff didn't see it that way. Probably because it was his son who got a thrashing.
An interesting tale. Thrilling, even. It's a wonder you're still in...
Sorry, my lady, but it was mainly Lord Capon's life that was in danger.
Ah, yes. How true. Let's hope fortune favours him. I'm sure that rabble that caused so much trouble will be defeated, captured. I'm sorry for taking up so much of your time.
For sure. Not long ago, we wiped out similar bands.
I came to tell you I managed to find Nick Vard.
Where did that madman wander off to?
He's dead. I found him lying below the privy outside, poisoned, exhausted.
My God! Did you report it to the Chamberlain?
Not yet.
Once I get over it, I'll go to him. But if you were faster, I'd be grateful. What about that book?
With regard to that book...
You know what? I couldn't care less about that blasted book. That cursed tome. I'll actually be glad if I never get my hands on. Forgive me.
I'd like to learn...
There's no time.
How long have you...
Well, but if you are...
How doth...
You mean...
Yeah.
Then she's her husband. Then Captain, he's an up. And the...
I noticed...
It's true. In short...
What is...
What? And yet he's the...
I understand.
That's... But that...
I've sinned.
Your soul is pure.
I'll do it.
In the clearing near Barton Fountain.
What penance?
Bless yourself.
All right, Father.
Anything else you need?
I'd like to speak to Sir Otto.
Certainly. What is it, then?
Would I be right in assuming nobody else knows about the content of our message yet?
Correct. And that is how it will stay, until I decide on my reply to lunch.
What about the League of Lords? Do you think you'll convince the other nobles as...
Careful now, young man.
The war hurts everyone, without exception. And that is why it has to stop. Each one of us has to consider what he can... You can show what you can do tomorrow.
We'll make short work.
I'll try not to let you down.
Certainly. We will talk tomorrow when it's...
On the contrary, it's about the gardener's goodwill. This kind-hearted youth was sweet.
How do you like the company here?
Ah, good to see you. I wouldn't mind a few more feasts like this now and then.
I remain on duty, so I can't. Sucker.
Ha ha ha. We're in the same boat. Have you heard the plan of it?
No.
Not that there's any...
I noticed that you're... Sir Otto
He's a
If it's
Do you know the...
Then that pity you didn't...
And the other one?
Florian of Lomney. For all he... Well...
What about you and the local...
Come off it. I'd have to stand... I'd rather have a drink with you.
I never say no to a pretty woman.
As you wish. Some men drink, others play. Still others sin...
Thankfully, war soon broke out.
Hey there, my friend. Just a moment. What would... Hey. Ah!
Let's have a toast.
What's the...
I've got your armor.
Let's see what von Bergov sent me then.
I'm gonna give that blacksmith Ossiner a...
What do you mean? It's not that bad.
Well, if it hadn't been for me...
What about you? Ready for battle?
Ready. We can go.
Excellent. I can't wait. Cold. Damn it. But so what? Let's go. I can't wait to put that fraud from the Nebakov in irons. With the force we have, we'll take their little fort in a trice. What do you think?
Is this your first time
What's wrong?
riding a horse?
Don't tell me you don't fancy going into battle.
I can't wait to repay them for their kindness. I can still feel the spot in my shoulder where that arrow hit me at the pond.
Never mind your arrow. What about the humiliation I suffered? The rope is too good for those knaves. I'd have them quartered if it were up to me.
Aye, and quartered at least 3 times for what they did.
You're right. I'll ask von Bergov to send for a truly skillful executioner. And when we've dealt with that band, Hanush is sure to acknowledge that I've made up for my mistake. Everything will be back to the way it was before. Audentes fortuna juvat!
How was the Hungarian wine, gentlemen? I hope you don't have sore heads this morning.
Don't worry, Lord Chamberlain. My head is clear. A real knight knows how to behave on the eve of a battle.
What about your faithful servant and protector here?
I'm ready for battle, sir.
I'm glad to hear it. Sir Otto has charged me with keeping you safe. I hope you don't have anything against me escorting you today, Lord Capon.
I can't say what an honor it is for me. I suppose someone doesn't want me to mess up again, eh?
But Lord Capon, taking care of our guests is right and proper.
You, Sir Ulrich, should worry about not getting too many bloodstains on you today.
We all have our orders, and mine are to defeat that band of scoundrels in Nebakov. Why dally, then, when we have work to do? To battle, gentlemen! Open the gate! We're moving out.
That outlaw and his band really fucked with us last time, eh?
I'm just hoping he won't fuck with us again now.
There aren't enough of them that can tackle this kind of force.
True enough.
And to think, I drank a toast with that fucker. Christ!
I hope you enjoyed your wine, Lord Capon, since old Nebak was chewing on dry straw in his own cellars.
Don't you worry, Chamberlain. I'll see to that sneaky fucker in person.
You two are pathetic. I get the impression you're afraid to go into these woods, even with an army around you.
Yeah, I think I can see now why your lord barely escaped with his life. Maybe his captain underestimated the foe as light-heartedly as you.
Weigh your words carefully, young man. You didn't fare any better yourselves.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'll be a lot more...
What the... My God! Where?
Fuck! Shit!
Hey! Fuck! Can't get out!
Give me your hand! Come on! God's sake! Get out, Henry!
I'm coming.
Back off, bastard! Now he's really pissed me off! We have to get out of here! We can't go back! We'll find our way through!
No wonder you're still standing.
Kill him! Can't stand up to this.
That'll teach you. I'll be done with you in a...
Chris! I'm here!
Yeah!
Capon!
Henry!
Hands! Christ, I had to go to him!
You'll be fucking sorry.
Life! You got it! You got it! Yeah! Ah, fuck that!
Capon! Hands! Christ, I had to go to him!
You've got it.
You got him out sweetly!
Capon!
Help me!
Hands! Christ, I had to go to him!
Chamberlain Ulrich! We have to help the fool! You hear, Henry? I need you here!
Hurry, you fool!
You caught him.
Fuck! My leg's caught!
This is all your fault!
Shut up!
Fuck you! You haven't a chance,
I don't know
bastard!
why I'm bothering with you.
Light him up! He's dead!
Come on! Try to help me, for fuck's sake!
No mercy!
My God!
Henry! Grab the Chamberlain and let's get out of here! We have to get away! So help him!
I'm here! I'll help you!
Fucking scum! Whoresons! Bastards! Curs!
Fuck me! Ulrich dead! Let's get out of here!
Nice!
I locked your ass up!
No, you...
God, I'm like a sieve! Whack! A hit! I'll show you how a real... Fight! Bloody tree! We have to find a different way! But fast! Behind it, you dead flanker! Oh, Christ! There must be a way through somewhere! Make it fast! Good! Now I'll show you! Don't delay! Right here! Kreyzl in shape! Behind! Wounded me badly! Let him have it! Nicely done! Yeah! We can go home! Drew blood! Yeah, good! We have to get away, they're coming! Well then, you know the way?
Show your stuff.
We have to get to the mill. We'll lose them on the other side of the stream. Now I'll show you. Oh! Let's go down. We'll lose them on the other side of the stream. At them! Watch out, Henry! There are shooters behind the wagons. You're mine! Oh. Watch out, I can't aim! Slice him Come on, you worm! Let's get it over with! You asked for it! No mercy! We have to get out of the gorge and down to the mill! Can't get away from... nicely done! Fucking hell! Hey! Come on with this bastard! Quick! Down to the mill and across the stream!
Hans! Hans! Look at me! Hans!
That'll do! We'll surely get a nice fat ransom for Lord Capon of Perkstein.
You'll have to take him first.
My boy, courage is a thing of honor. But what you're proposing isn't courage. It's foolhardiness.
Well, better to have honor than to sneak up and ambush people from hiding.
It works, though. War is a nasty business. And it is better to have your head on your neck and your foe on his knees than the other way around.
Now what is a coward turn to banditry? You should have been a knacker. You'd still have your head on your neck. And your own seat in the tavern.
Shut your stupid mouth. You have no idea who you're talking to.
Yeah, to a weasel. Who shoots from the bushes instead of a fair fight.
You think so, huh?
Why dirty your hands with him, Captain? One shot.
I'm actually starting to think this young knight deserves a fair chivalrous duel. If he's good enough, I'll let him live. So, my boy, let's see what you got.
What a view! Interesting.
Fight or give up! I'm getting sick of waiting!
No mercy!
Spare the fucker! Go in, Captain!
Have this for your effort!
Bastard down!
I'm not afraid of anyone but God Almighty!
Lock his face in the dirt! The fucker's done for!
Damn it! You're good.
Ah!
Zizka, you all right? So, you reckon you can trust an outlaw to keep his word of honor?
The best laid plans of men don't always come to fruition. As the saying goes, man proposes, but God disposes. And then boots you right in the balls. All I wanted was a quiet life. Nothing more. Take it easy. Have a bit of fun now and again. And not piss anyone off too much. Apart from the Uzit's bailiff. But that's a different matter. But there's spiteful tongues everywhere. Well, you know how it is. And they complained about me to the man up above.
What? Him?
No! The bishop!
And then they kicked me out, saying I was a disgrace to the pub.
What disgrace? They couldn't just...
Let me make it clear.
I am the... So all it took...
Aye.
So actually, my nag, baby, she's so unused to...
What boys are you looking...
It's no secret.
I'll be glad...
It's these two young fellas. One's a blue-blooded fledgling, and the other's a smart-ass smith.
Oh, everyone who was at the they caused... Well, a big... a terror...
Folks do...
Seriously. And most likely...
What? You said they...
Annie and Coop asked them yes.
They could be mistaken, though.
Well, if you want... From the... Oh, by all...
Surely not all of them. Well, thank you. And it...
Hope dies last. Safe track.
God bless you.
Hey, innkeeper! That beer!
To believe there's justice in the world.
God be with you, lad. I need to...
Coob is in a bad way. What do you want from him?
What happened to you?
An awful disaster. In the evening, and then... Awful.
Easy.
Branches, we tried to flee.
We hid. They took some cap... I'm looking for two friends. Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein and
Lord have mercy. They...
Are you sure?
Aye. After what they got up to at the Semyon wedding, they was hanged.
My God! There must have been lots of people.
I'm sorry.
How can... I'm asking...
Before all my... I mean...
Well, who were those...
Some of them warlord. We know his men.
I'll leave you to... Dadeus.
Oh, was that Latin?
Aye.
Merciful. Maybe he'll...
Of course.
Benedictio Domini sit vobiscum. Benedictus qui venit in nomine Domini.
Amen.
Amen. Here.
Farewell.
Please, God, Cuba better again.
Quick! Yeah! Come on, BB. Let's go. Yeah! Quick! Go! I'm supposed to take a left at the crossroads. Yeah! Yeah! The tracks lead to the right. I'd better tread carefully. That company must have headed into the thicker forest. They used the trees as cover. Wagons. They probably used them to block the way and prevent a retreat. Smart. They rained arrows down at them. What a bloodbath.
Bollocks. They've got their hands...
God Almighty. Bless their souls. They blocked their way forward as well. They were trapped. The man who planned this thinks like a true warrior. In any case, the innkeeper wasn't exaggerating. It looks like a Turkish raiding party swept through here. Whoa!
Hey, I told you quite clearly to stay in the... You're welcome to anything you find up top, but stay...
God be with you, lad.
Listen. What?
Calm down.
Oh?
The Lord God. And wine.
What are you saying? You don't look like...
I hear that a lot.
So who are you...
I'm looking for my friend.
Move it, idlers. Bury them properly so the wild animals don't get to them.
Eric!
What are you doing here? You're supposed to be on guard at the mill. I made it quite clear. I want... Who's this?
No, sir. He said...
Quiet! You, speak!
Godwin. Or their bodies.
And what exactly do you...
I'd like to ask what...
What do you think? And the best side won.
Sorry. This might...
The cream of the... That bastard von Burgo.
Now that I've introduced myself...
You may have introduced yourself.
I get your point. Let's just say I'm... After all...
Well, you know how to...
It looks like you...
So if you're
I hope not.
Nobleman?
Aye.
The Lord of Pert.
Sir Hans Capon of...
The captain...
You'd better hope...
Right then.
Excellent.
We'll see.
I still don't know.
Right, fella, if you want to keep your head on...
Did you hear what I fucking said?
I won't take orders from you, you dog! We're outnumbered. Let's see if you're... Come on then, you...
I'll be done with you in a flash.
Shit! What the... You won't... Where the...
Don't kill him. This one's mine.
You're no match for us!
He's done. One, you'll pay for that.
One more!
Christ! I don't have the whole day for you.
At him! He's got no chance alone!
I'll rip your arsehole. Got him! Take that! What's it to be?
That weakling was useless. Fuck! They got what they had.
I'd say it's God's punishment.
You really know how to wield a sword and leave God out of it.
In the Battle of Kosovo.
And you settled down.
Till recently I was the...
Sasau.
Looks to me like you're going to need a bigger hole.
We're not going to dig graves for those.
It might not please our Lord.
Who gives a damn about such scum?
Anyway.
Still on?
What castle?
Nebakov.
All right, Bibby.
So tell me, Godwin, why are you looking for those two anyway?
Oh, they're my friends. I hadn't heard from them for a long time, so I set out to find them.
Surely a priest can't leave his parish just like that, can he?
As I said, I'm kind of working for myself right now.
Did you upset the bishop?
It doesn't matter. I don't want to drag that up again.
Look! That's Nebakov up on the left.
Yeah! Yeah! Quick! Yeah!
Well now, you're a fine horseman as well.
Bibiana might look like any old nag, but there's more to her than meets the eye.
Bit like you. In any case, welcome to Nebakov. We'll leave the horses here. Not to worry, our boys will take good care of them.
A very nice fortress. How did you manage to take it?
In a moment, you can ask the captain yourself.
I can't wait. Wait here for me, Bibiana. I'll be back soon. And maybe I'll have the two little blighters with me.
Open the gate! Where's the chief? I've brought him a guest.
Just now he's interrogating some captives.
Call him. I believe they're still alive. You're in luck.
I hope so.
What is it, Eric? I'm busy.
This here is Father Godwin. For a priest, he's handier with a sword than most of your men.
He helped us against some bandits.
And he's looking for Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein.
Well, well. This is quite a turn-up. I've just had a very interesting chat with this Capon. And your Istvan. Now I think I want to have a chat with you. Go and wait for me in the tower.
God be with you, Cap.
You surmise correctly. Who are you?
As your man-at-arms Eric said, I'm Father Godwin.
Did I hear correctly that you're a...
And you don't look much...
You don't need to know my name. I'm...
Conversing with a man without knowing his name is a little awkward. Am I to understand, Sir Knight?
You understand correctly. I don't have this bandaged eye for fashion.
It doesn't pay to underestimate that one. He's one of the few who can hold his own with me, whether sword fight...
Boozing?
Unfortunately,
I have a feeling that's just one chapter.
Indeed. You have my friends, and I will...
Straight to the point, eh?
First of all, I'd like...
They're both fine.
The word of an unknown...
As the word of a...
Well, let me put it another way, Sir Knight, but I guarantee you that those two
I'll have you know, these two greenhorns came with Otto, and I have to admit, the best as well.
Like I said, as you no doubt well know, so if that pair joined up with him, but that's by the by. It's over and done with. Release them. I'll take them away and...
Tell me, Father...
I have no idea.
Then why are you...
I'm supposed to bring them... I was afraid at first that if... well...
This whole story of yours sounds to me rather... suspicious. Maybe I should throw...
Excellent! At least I'd get to...
Enough! You've got no ransom...
You won't get rid of me...
Rebellion! They're attacking!
I came here to get them, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Looks like you know how to use a blade.
Fighting Turks will teach you that.
Hungary?
Kosovo.
If you help me, I'll let them go. Up and at them! Kill them to the last man!
You're outnumbered, you shit! You haven't a chance!
We'll kick your asses!
Take that!
We'll finish this quick!
Don't spare them!
Come on, man!
You caught enough!
You're gonna fuck with us? You got it? What's it to be, Red? Watch out! It's a rebellion! Dead!
You'll be fucking sorry.
Help me with him!
Blood! Yeah!
Good hit to you! Whether you're a priest or not, likewise. Looks like those Istvan Toth.
Eric!
Fuck! To the... I hope Hanush has enough coin to pay the ransom for you. As for you, well, we'll see about you.
What do you want here, you swine?
I'm doing what I do best, and you're getting in my way again. Fate, I suppose. We have the same fairy godmothers. Whores.
You dog! You're in the mood for jokes? Give me one good reason I shouldn't.
Strangling your rescuer would be a mistake, Yaramir. A big mistake.
Rescuer?
Why do you think you're...
Don't listen to him!
And a loyal servant of King Sigismund, and our Sir Otto von Burgau. Just like you, sir. Or...
Otto von Burgau?
Indeed. While these two support that drunken, good-for-nothing Wenceslas.
Why did you help him then?
It was a direct order from Sir Otto.
What order?
Gain Zizka's trust and stop his perfidious raiding. Unfortunately, getting away from here in time and warning Sir Otto about the trap was harder than I expected. And that's why I'm locked up here now. In any case, you wouldn't be alive without me.
Don't believe him. He did the same at my hometown. Attack castles, murder...
I was given a direct order by my lord.
Behind bars?
Like I said. But don't worry, sir. I haven't...
Well, I don't want to be... for the moment.
No doubt.
I'm glad you've revealed your true nature here in front of everyone.
Will the captain... See, yeah, isn't that right?
We'll see.
Assuming there will... You may be in for a surprise.
Where's my sword?
Your sword? I have to admit, your father did a good job on it, though.
You won't look so pleased with yourself when I'm gutting you with that sword.
I'm not sure you'll get the opportunity if either of us has a chance of getting...
Don't try it on. And if it's true you're working...
For the time being.
Ha! I get the feeling you touched a nerve there, Henry. This vermin...
I'll be free before... Surprisingly,
Who would pay a ransom?
Don't tell... And he's close by.
Zizka would have to be out of...
Really? People like Zizka know coin. Besides, seeing what... And I wouldn't expect him to wait around until a messenger brings a ran... One way or another, he won't have any need for you. Either...
They're riding to Trotsky. You were right.
All you had to do was...
Trust you. When you came at me, sorry, but my eye doesn't see it that...
Maybe we wouldn't have come at anyone with an army if... and weren't cozying up with that bastard...
Then we got off on the wrong foot, all right.
Too right. I have to admit I'm getting a bit...
You're not the only one.
Well, let's start with you, Captain.
I am Jan of... These days in the service of Jan Sokol of Lamberg and Margrave Prokop of Luxembourg.
Prokop? Jobst of Luxembourg's brother? We're here at...
Well, Sir Hans, the problem is Prokop is at this very moment in Sigismund's jail in Pressburg on account of Jobst's treachery, which doesn't exist.
We know what Jobst is like. And I don't... But we came here to try to get von Bergov and the League of Lords to... We're on the same side.
You're right. And it's a good thing you don't trust that. I've been double-crossed by him so many times that I won't make the mistake of trusting him.
I'm glad we've cleared that. And now, I'd like to know how you two got from delivering a message...
Von Bergov maneuvered us into it. It was easy to... Zizka here attacked us first, and then von Bergov. And
Istvan was actually working for von Bergov all this time.
Where did you pick up that bastard, Zizka?
When I came here, I was putting together a band, and he turned up, along with Eric.
You recruited him?
Lord Capon. When you do what I... And he was good at our trade. So good, I didn't notice it.
If you're in Sokol's service...
Waging war.
There's a fine line between...
As a man of your and since King Wenceslas and Prokop are imprisoned and the Czech noblemen are useless, we're doing the best we can. We're making life difficult for the traitors who are in league with Sigismund. And Otto von Bergov is traitor-in-chief.
Well, I understand you were out to harm von Bergov. But why did you attack us, for God's sake?
We saw you meet up with his garrison. It looked like a friendly encounter, so we...
You killed all my men!
And you killed my men.
War isn't... Tell that to Oates.
Yeah, war is a nasty business, but your men wanted to rape innocent women.
Nobody raped anybody.
Well, that is true.
Like I said, in my it's hard to keep them reined in sometimes, but I do my best.
If there's one thing I can't figure out...
Or would you rather...
Certainly not. You came at just the right time.
I have the feeling it wasn't God who sent you.
He dropped by to see me just as the bishop was kicking me out. He said you'd been gone suspiciously.
That was a good idea.
I think so too.
Did you want to kill von Bergov?
Of course, but just making his life...
So you were doing the same as Toth was doing in Sass...
I suppose so.
Harassing a bit. Istvan Toth... The whole region had to band to...
And did you?
I should say...
You see then, this whole region also... And who did you say the dabbler was?
Why do you think
That's a good question. Either he just... And when he found out... Or he was already Sigismund's spy when...
Why did Istvan let you ambush von Bergov instead of telling him...
Well, that's not so mysterious. It all happened so fast. What's more, I kept everyone inside the fortress before the battle. For that precise reason. So no, although it's true, while we're on the subject of Istvan...
It's a pretty ugly... As Lord Capon said, he went marauding in our Sasau region, and his commander, Markvart, killed my mother and stepfather while they were raising our village.
That's a long list.
How did Semyon come to join you?
Von Bergov is a bad master, and you're not the only ones who don't. The same with the miller, though he had lots of other incentives as well.
How did he manage to set that trap in the ravine so quickly? We only heard of...
I have my sources.
Come on! I think you can trust us, after all.
I'll give you a piece of advice, Lord Cape.
What are we going to do now?
We can't stay here. God, we should get ready to leave. Von Bergov may have lost lots of men, but word will get out about his humiliation.
Where will we go?
I don't know yet. What about that Jobst of yours?
He's still somewhere in Brand.
So the best thing would be for all of us to...
That sounds like a plan.
You see? Oh, and would you like me to take another look at your eye?
Is medicine another of your skills?
Giving the last rites isn't the only...
All right, then. You could look at the bandage.
Sorry about you.
You're lucky it was this one. It must be cursed. I almost lost it as a child already. And then you came along. Still, I have no one to blame for challenging you and taking off my helmet. I'll hand out orders and come and join you in the fort.
Don't worry. I'm sure it doesn't look half as bad as it feels. It started faster. I'll have to clean that out.
Just get it over with.
Will he survive?
With God's help.
That's not what I asked.
The wound isn't deep. As long as it doesn't fester, it'll be all right.
So, he won't go blind?
He won't lose his eye. He just needs to get a good night's sleep.
We all do. We're leaving early in the morning before von Burgov comes and kicks us out.
Can we help somehow?
Aye. Go to bed and no more fighting. And keep your hands off our Clara. Got it? But if you really want to be useful, you can help Bluster load the cart.
I think I know where we're most needed now. I'm going to need your help.
Leave me out of it. I'm still seeing stars from that...
I'll be happy to help.
We should say a few words for those who can no longer... and dig their grave. It's been a...
Where can I sleep in the castle?
I reckon there's no room in the tower or the smithy, but I'm sure there's a place for you in the lower castle. You'll find a free bed in the cabin right past the gate. Farewell, good sir.